Ok. Chúng ta sẽ đến phần intro, tức là phần nhập nền của series khoa học. Đấy. Đây là xem lại. Đây là Pikachu. Và tiếng nhạc này hướng dẫn rồi chúng ta cộng là HT. Tôi làm một cả những hát gì ok. Ta sẽ chọn hiện tại chúng ta bắt đầu xong để sẽ bắt đầu với một khóa khác. Tiếp theo ok sẽ tôi mong muốn đây là hát được xong rồi xin đến khóa học xong internet marketing chỉ còn đây cái phải tin hay và xong rồi lên cái kem ta sẽ cái này nó nặng không như 86 ok. Tiếp theo thì các bạn biết rồi trang web của hay rồi tôi cần resiu và sẽ có các bài lab review 15 chương cách xài delay cho đấy rồi rồi
Okay, now the first thing first, let's download Kali Linux. So now from here, if I go to the file preferences, go to the color scheme here, have a list of all of the command history that been modified. Remember when I type this, edit the file, you need to put the I. We are inside the insert G mode with percentage, shift 5, press enter. You can see that it will start continuous. So sudo systemctl to check the status of the Apache, a range of IP addresses, so 4 dots and then bot 10. Okay, now this is for the port. Now we have another
phải yeah. Ta sẽ hai triệu
syntax for the loops, which is the while loops. Here are more information like the name server for google.com information, but let's have
chung mình tội phải học rất là sợ có giảng viên thì có tiếp thu sao ra thì chúng ta sẽ học khóa là Ultimate Ethical Hacking và Ultimate tiếng sai tối cao tối thượng khóa học cuối cùng lên đỉnh này cũng khá là tìm hiểu về cyber security.
Now, what is cybersecurity? Now, cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. And it is also known as information technology security or electronic information security. Now, the term applies in a variety of contexts from business to mobile computing and can be divided into a few common categories. Now, the categories, the first thing, which is the network security. Now, it is the practice of securing a computer network from intruders, whether targeted attackers or opportunistic malware. Now we have the application security. Now, it is focuses on keeping software and devices free of threats. A compromised application could provide access to the data it's designed to protect. So, successful security begins in the design stage well before a program or device is deployed. Information security, it protects the integrity and privacy of data, both in storage and in transit. Operational security, it includes the processes and decisions for handling and protecting data assets. Now we have the disaster recovery and business continuity. Define how an organization responds to cybersecurity incidents or any other event that causes the loss of operation or data. Now, what is cybersecurity? Now, cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers.
Ok. Thì tôi nói là cyber data chuyển sang tiếng Việt thì là cái cyber security trên mạng hay là cái hàng chống tính server hay là phải chống cái hệ thống điện tử và dữ liệu services services tiếp là đến CIA.
Now we have the CIA trait. Now the CIA it stands for three things. The C, which is confidentiality, the A, the availability, and integrity, which is I. Now, what is confidentiality? Now it is the system ability to ensure that only the correct, authorized user or system or resource can view, access, change, or otherwise user data. Okay? So only the authorized person can access, view, change, modify, do whatever he wants, but only the authorized. Okay? Now, on the other hand, the integrity, it is a system ability to ensure that the system and information is accurate and correct. So anyone can read the data, but no one can modify, only the authorized people. So for example, the hash stuff and the hash thing, it is an example for the integrity. So for example, you want to download a specific program, you can see that there are a hash, SHA-1 or MD5 or whatever. So this hash, to make sure that the file or the program you want to download hasn't been modified at all, and it is integrity and has the integrity. Okay, so this is integrity. Now finally we have the availability, which means that the information is accessible to authorized users, and it provides an assurance that your system and data can be accessed by authenticated users whenever they are needed. Okay, so make sure the system that's available 24 hours per 7. Okay, so which means all the time. Now we have the CIA trait. Now the CIA it stands for three things. The C, which is confidentiality, the A, the availability, and integrity.
Yeah.
Now we have the CIA trait. Now the CIA.
Rồi chuyện CIA, CAI, qua thì nói về chuyện CAI. Quả hacker. Ok, chúng tôi trở lại video.
Now types of hackers. Now we have three types actually: the black hat hackers, the white hat, and the gray. Now let's start with the black hat hackers. Now, the black hat hacker is individual who attempts to gain unauthorized entry into a system or network to exploit them for malicious reasons.
Thì giống như tôi giải thích vừa cơ một đen người cá nhân người không gian xâm nhập khai thác với quan điểm lý do là cái người đã sự không phải là dễ tính ra là mình hết có vị trí có việc không dễ không là dễ
Now, the black hat hacker doesn't have any permission or authority to compromise their target, and they try to inflict damage by compromising security systems. Altering functions of websites and networks or shutting down systems, okay? And they often do so to steal or gain access.
Steal trộm 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 không trộm cái gì được cá nhân
To a passwords, financial information, and other personal data. Now, the white hat hackers, on the other hand, is or are, let's say, are deemed to be the good guy working with or
rồi thì làm được em người tốt làm việc trong lĩnh vực bảo mật
organization to strengthen the security of a system. And a white hat has a permission to engage the targets and to compromise them within the prescribed rules of engagement. And a white hat hackers are often referred to as ethical hackers. Now, the difference between
bài hát tuyệt vời đề nghị giống như là một cái ethical hacker chính là cái tiger
white hat and the black hat, the white hat has permission, and it is to strengthen the security of system for specific organizations. Now, on the other hand, the black hat hacker actually to damage the system and to steal or do bad stuff. Okay, so white hat doesn't mean that he's not skilled or he doesn't have skills, or the black hat means he is smarter or he do things better. No, actually, the white hat and the black hat doesn't refer to the skills he have. No, actually, it refers to the intention. So white hat, good intention. Black hat, bad intention, and so on. Now we have the gray hat hackers. Now actually, these exploits networks and computer systems in a way that black hats do, but do so without any malicious intent. So it is closing all loopholes and vulnerabilities to law enforcement agencies or intelligence agencies. And usually gray hat hackers surf the net and hack into computer systems to notify the administrator or the owner that their system contains one or more vulnerabilities that must be fixed.
Đây chính là một sáng gray hat chúng tôi lại gần nữa
immediately. Okay, so the intention here is good, but they didn't have permission, so that's why we called them, or they called them, a gray hat hackers. Now types of hack.
So, okay. Okay. That's insane. That is so nice. Okay. Alright. Mình xem về security đấy để học xong khi thấy xem thì có một ứng dụng tin ứng dụng nha thì cái nào cái tiếp theo cái này thì cái process khá là nhiều cái ở đây là sai sai rồi sai tôi sai tôi lại với cái này nó quan trọng sáng trước trước khi đôi khi trên sân của đôi có nói thì cái mình đưa còn người ta cũng sẽ xem cái ứng dụng càng nó xịn rất lạnh vai rồi coi lên đó 600 triệu 600 triệu à, ví dụ như quát mát của phải không chỉ là nhanh nhất thôi recipe rất là đơn giản
Parrot Security.
và nó sẽ điều chỉnh tích nốt của con trên đất nước và ví dụ như nước sông ra đó điều hành cyber security đó 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 sẽ 600 triệu tiền như này đó là đất và implement test rồi tiếp tục mình đi giám sát à một lần nữa cái này đúng kiểu các đi sau phần lên lên cao lên nó cũng lên nó không chưa không sáu trăm triệu ô bên sàn tỉnh và ta sẽ đi sang ba Mỹ và
Okay, now the first thing first, let's download Kali Linux. So Google Kali Linux, and from here go to the download, and from here you can just read the documentation and follow the steps, or from the bottom down here from the downloads you can just download Kali Linux, as simple as that. And here you need to choose your platform, like bare metal, virtual machines, mobile, cloud, ARM, whatever. Okay, in our case we will use live boot. So from live boot here we will choose 64 or 32, depends on your system, or Apple if you have anyone, but I will choose 64 and I will download it from here as torrent or as a downloadable.iso. Okay, then we will use a virtual box. This is a virtual machine, it is free and open source. Okay, this is for x86 virtualization. Downloads from here, and just as simple as that, download it. Now this is for Windows, as you can see clearly, this is for Windows, but if you have OS X, Linux distribution, when you want to download it for these. Okay, now after it is downloaded, open it. Okay, like this, create or click on add or new. Actually we want new, and let's name it Kali Linux, and it will be Linux, and this is one. Next, let's choose 2 GB. Okay, or it depends on your specs. In my case I can choose 4 GB, it's okay. So it is 4000 or 4096. Next, 8 GB will not be enough, so but 8 GB is enough actually, but we will choose, in my case I have some space, so I will put it as 20 GB. Okay, create, and as simple as that, we have it here. Now let's click on the settings, let's go to the storage from here, and here we want to choose the Kali Linux, as you can see, the empty one here, and from here choose the disk you want. Choose Kali Linux, that the one I have downloaded. Okay, and click OK. Alright, now click on start to boot it up. Okay, now here you can run it as a live, or you can install it. Okay, in our case we want to start the installer like this. English, continue. United States, doesn't matter. American English. Okay, continue. You can choose, by the way, you can modify this whatever you want. In our case, this actually, for us, this doesn't matter for now. We just want the English language. Here, choose the default, which is Cali. Domain name, leave it as empty. The full name for the new user, let's create Cali. This is the new user. The username will be Cali as well. The password, let's name it K capital Cali 123456 123456. Continue. Continue. Yes, continue. Now here, actually, you can choose to let them as separate, or you can have them all in one partition. By the way, it doesn't matter in our case, because this is not a system or a server to have a production system on it, because after all, we are the red team here. So we are attacking the systems. So yeah, all files in one partition will do the job. Finish, continue, write changes, yes, and continue. Let's wait until it is installed. Now after it is installed and finished, now here we can choose Cali, the user, and the password we have entered. Which is Cali, K capital, and 123456. This user is for the sudoers, okay? We will talk about this later on in this course, no worries. Okay, now we have Kali Linux installed, all right? So if I click here, I opened the terminal and everything is working as expected. Now in the next lectures, we will start handling Kali Linux to master it and to start using the red team tactics. Okay, now the first thing first.
So, the for system. Này nó sẽ là một cái Linux và ví dụ thì thì generation is good hot dễ thích đây tôi đặt tên
Okay, now let's dig into Kali Linux usage and explore some basic Linux command. Now from here, open the terminal. Okay, now from here, if I go to the file preferences, go to the color scheme here, you can change it to something else as you want. Actually, I prefer green on black. Now, not to sound like hacker, to be honest, but actually it's better for my eyes. So, okay, now let's dig into Kali Linux. Usage and explore some basic Linux command. Now from here, open the terminal. Okay, now from here, if I go to the file preferences, go to the color scheme here, you can change it to something else as you want. Actually, I prefer green on black. Now, not to sound like hacker, to be honest, but actually it's better for my eyes. So if I click here, yeah, you can see that now it is better. All right, actually, let's increase the font size. Control Shift the plus sign. Okay, so yeah, I think this is better. Let's increase this and this. All right. Now the first command, it will be ls. Ls, it is the command used for listing the files. So as you can see, ls, and here all the files or directories I have on the current path. Okay, so ls to list commands. So ls to list files. Okay, now we have clear. So you can see that if I type enter, and as you can see, now you can see that the screen is becoming chaotic. So to clear the screen, we will put the clear command, clear, as simple as that. Okay, so we learned ls and clear. Okay, now what if I want to learn more about specific command? So for example, the ls command, I want to read more about it, about its option, about its features, whatever. So we will use the man command. The man command is used for manual. Okay, so man ls. Okay, it will show us what is the ls command will do. So list directory contents. As you can see, ls, this is the syntax or synopsis. Ls option, whatever options, then the file, whatever file. So you can see that we have a lot of descriptions, -a, all, author, p, c, f, whatever. You can read more about it, as you can see from here. Now to quit from this, you can see that press H for help or Q for quit. So let's quit. All right. So man clear. As you can see, clear the terminal screen, and it has a lot of options. -t, type, v, x, whatever. Okay. Q to quit. Now man. So this is to show the manual for the manual page. Okay, so this is man. This is an interface to the system references manuals. Okay, so you can see that it has -k, -k capital, -f, l, w options. All right, cool. So far, so good. Okay, now if I type ls, you can see that I am here currently. I want to know where I am currently. So if I type pwd, which is print working directory, it will show us that I am inside the home/Kali. Okay, so if I type man pwd, here you can see that it will print the name of the current working directory. Okay, so print working directory or the current directory, and it has a lot of options like -l, -p, whatever. You can read more about it. Okay, now let's clear the screen again, and now if I type ls, you can see that I am here inside the home Kali when I typed pwd, okay, the Kali home directory. Now I want to go to the desktop, okay, where it is here. Okay, how to do such a thing? I will use the cd command, man cd again. You can see that some of the commands are not or don't have manual. So like the cd, because it's a simple command, so it has not. So cd, then the name of the directory. Okay, so if I type ls, I want to go to the desktop. Okay, but remember in Linux this is a case sensitive, so cd desktop, the D must be capital. Now you can notice that if I type desktop, I can press the tab button. So if I press it, it will auto-complete the sentence or the name of the folder or directory. In Linux we called it directory, not folder. In Windows we called it folder. Okay, so cd desktop. Now you can see that, yeah, from here, from tilde mark, it changed to the desktop. By the way, the tilde mark here means it is the home directory of the current user, which is in our case, it is the Kali user. Okay, no worries. We will talk about this in details later on, but for now, follow me. Okay, now if I want to go back, I will go cd dot dot. Okay, now dot dot means the parent directory. Again, we will talk about this later on, no worries. Okay, so here we will go back to the parent directory of the desktop. And the parent directory of the desktop is the home directory of Kali Linux user. Okay, now here, what if I want to make a new directory? I will use the command mkdir or make directory. So man make dir, you can see this is to make directory, and we have other options as you can see here. So make dir, and let's name it test, and press ls. You can see here it is test. So cd to test. You can see now we are inside the test directory. Okay, so far so good. Now you may ask me, this directory is empty. How did we go to the dot dot or to the dot? There is other thing called dot, which is the current directory. How did we go there? It is not even exist. No, actually it is exist, but it is hidden. So if I type ls-a, okay, this will show all the directory. So how did I know that? Just open the manual page and press don't ignore entries start with dot. As you can see, because the dot here in Linux, it will be considered a hidden directories, okay, or hidden files. So when I type ls, it will not be shown, but ls-a, it will show everything, which is dot and dot dot. The dot here, one single dot, which is the current directory, which is the test directory. Now you may ask me, but what is the use for this? This has no meaning. No, we will talk about it later on, no worries. And the dot dot, which means the parent directory of the current directory, which is the parent directory of test, which is in our case the tilde. And we already mentioned that this means the home directory of the current user, which is Kali user, which is the Kali home page. So cd dot dot, it will go to the parent directory, and you can see we returned back. All right, so far so good. Now let's clear the screen. Now also there is other options like -p, which means create a parent directory. So for example, I have test here, right? So what if I want to create test2, as you can see, and inside it I want to create test3, like this. This will not work because test2 is not exist in the first place. So for that case, I will put -p, which is parent, and this will create test2. As you can see, if I type ls test2 directory, it will show us the content, or the content of test2, which is test3, the folder we have created. Now let's talk about another command, which is the wish command. This is to search through the directories that are defined in the path environment. So if I type echo, this is a command used to print a text. So if I type echo hi, it will print hi, as you can see in double quotation. If I type echo hi, also it will print it. But if I type echo shift hi, now you can see that the shift 4 or the $sign means that this is a variable in Linux, and this variable is not assigned. But we have environment variables called the path. Okay, so if I type it, it will see, you can see that this variable contains a listing of directories that Kali search when a command is issued without its path. By the way, this is not in Kali Linux only. This is used with Debian or Linux generally. Okay, so Debian based or Red Hat based or whatever Linux distribution. Okay, well, some of them doesn't use this or have a special meaning, whatever. Okay, but I'm talking about the popular distribution. Anyway, so if I type ls here, you can see this is a command, by the way. By the way, this is a utility that exists on the system that should be inside here. So if I type echo path, it should be either here, user local spin, or user local bin, or user a spin, or whatever. Okay, so it must be inside one of these directories. So if I type which, by the way, man which, we learned that, which locate a command. As you can see, it will locate a command where it is. So which ls, as you can see, ls is aliased to ls-color, or which cd. You can see that these are built-in commands. So let's look about another command. So for example, which Python. Python is a command. And you can see it is inside the user bin Python, here where it is located. So I'm using which command. Okay, by the way, the cd and ls, these are a built-in commands, so most likely they are not existed anywhere, or they are existed actually, but we will talk about these later on, no worries. Now we have another command called locate, man locate, like this. This is to find files by name quickly. Okay, so as you can see, in which turn read the database made by update db. So for example, locate Python, you can see it will start looking for all or anything called Python, as you can see. Now this list to be updated, we must use this command, update db. Okay, like this. So press it, you can see permission denied. For that case, because after all I'm updating the whole system, or I'm updating the database from the whole system, so I must use the sudo command. No worries, we will talk about this later on. The sudo command, by the way, if I type man sudo, this is to execute a command as another user. So sudo update db, and here it will ask for password, of course, which is carry 1 2 3 4 5 6. By the way, this is a stupid password, but anyway, this is just for the sake of this course. Now we updated the database, so locate again Python, and sorry, I mistake this, I have a mistake. Yeah, it will show us the same results, by the way. Okay, now finally we have another command. I know we took a lot of time, but these are just the basics. No worries, we will have what we learned practically step by step, and we will repeat it over and over, so you will get used to it and you will master it in no time, trust me. Now finally we have the find command. So man find, this is to search for file in directory or hierarchical. So for example, find slash, this is where we want to search, dash name, and the name it will be Python, for example. But you can see that it will start showing us permission denied, permission denied. All right, so we learned that, we already learned what we do, what should we do, which is using the sudo. And as you can see, it will show us that it found some, but here we got permission denied for this for some reason. For now we will not handle it because this is a low level, we will talk about it later on. Okay, so we found what we want. All right, cool, so far so good. Now I will provide you with exercises on what we have learned here in this lecture, so you will practice with me. Okay, Now, I recommend you to do the exercises because it will be very useful for you. As they say, practice makes perfect. Okay, now let's dig into Kali Linux usage and explore some basic Linux command. Now,
Rồi, tôi nói được hay. Xong root. Cái gì đó comment sẽ